Imagine stepping off your porch and seeing your 7-year-old child frozen in fear, while your neighborhood's power-hungry HOA president points a gun at her. That's not a nightmare, it's exactly what happened to me. And trust me, it all spiraled from something so small you wouldn't believe it. I came home one evening, bone-tired from work, ready to sink into my couch, when I noticed something wedged inside my mailbox. Bright yellow. Another violation notice. This one screamed at me for the crime of leaving my car in my own driveway overnight. I rolled my eyes, but then I checked the HOA handbook, and sure enough, it technically was a violation. That alone wouldn't have set me off. What did? Looking around and seeing half the neighborhood with cars parked out front, never once ticketed. Why me? I swallowed my anger, paid the fine, and tried to move on. A few days later, coffee in hand, I found yet another envelope waiting like some cursed package. This time, my so-called offense was having a basketball hoop in my driveway. The same hoop nearly every house had, including some with two. My coffee stopped halfway to my lips. That's when the truth hit. This wasn't about rules. This was personal. Karen, our infamous HOA president, had me in her sights. Her own driveway had a hoop standing tall. But somehow, I was the villain. I paced my living room like a caged animal, violation letters crumpled in my fists. I wasn't furious about paying. I was furious about being targeted. That's when I decided, if she wanted war, I wasn't backing down. I stormed to her porch, knocked once, and she opened the door with a smirk that made my skin crawl. I told her flat out, "You can't find me for something everyone else, including you, has." She leaned against the doorframe like a movie villain and sneered, "Pay, or face the consequences. You're the one I'm watching." My fists clenched so tight I thought my bones might snap. This wasn't enforcement. This was harassment. Soon, Karen piled on $50 late fees every day I didn't pay. My mailbox exploded with letters. She dragged my name through HOA chats, calling me lazy, irresponsible, a lawbreaker. Some neighbors whispered sympathy. Others smirked at my humiliation. Karen strutted around like she'd staged a public trial. And I thought that was her endgame, humiliate me until I broke. I was wrong. Dead wrong. One afternoon, I was fixing a loose hinge on the back gate when I heard the bus brakes squeal. My little girl, Sophia, hopped off, braids bouncing, backpack swinging. She skipped toward the door, but then stopped, frozen, wide-eyed. "Dad," she screamed. The sound tore through me like glass. I dropped my tools and sprinted. And there, on my porch, stood Karen, pointing a gun at my daughter. My vision narrowed. My heart hammered. My child sobbed, her tiny body trembling. "Pay up," Karen hissed, finger twitching on the trigger. "Or I pull this. I won't hesitate." Neighbors poured out, phones raised, gasps filling the street. Some screamed at her to stop. Others stood frozen, but Karen looked proud, like she was making some twisted example out of me. Sirens wailed, and squad cars screeched to a stop. Officers jumped out, weapons drawn. "Ma'am, put the gun down, now." One barked. The command cut like steel. My daughter bolted into my arms as Karen's grip faltered. Cameras caught every second. She finally lowered the weapon, but not before glaring at me like she still thought she'd won. Within seconds, she was cuffed and shoved into a cruiser. That night, I called my lawyer. By morning, we had charges ready: aggravated assault, child endangerment, brandishing a firearm, emotional distress. In court, the footage played on giant screens. Neighbors testified one after another. Karen, once smug, now sat in an orange jumpsuit, disheveled and powerless. The judge didn't hesitate. 15 years behind bars. $1.5 million in damages awarded to my family. Gun rights stripped forever. Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA, left in shackles. Her empire of pettiness turned to ash. And that, my friends, is the day the HOA award turned into a nightmare. Tell me, did justice find her? Comment your thoughts below, and if you love stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that super thanks button. More HOA chaos is coming your way.